Eddin says Rory and Mal dropped him and reveals details of his contract with the Rory and Mal podcast.
Did you quit or were you fired from New Rory Mal?
I was dropped, and that's the furthest I'll talk about that.
Were you a producer?
I was, amongst other things, honestly. Engineering, obviously, their day-to-day show. Just a general editor. Uh, Doing their Patreon, scheduling their things, pre-production, post-production, on obviously doing notes, doing everything.
All right, and you were a 1099 or a W-2 at this point with them?
That's more personal, but I'll still say it's 1099. Yeah.
At the point you become an on-air personality, do you get a bump in compensation?
No, I didn't.
Would you say that you noticed a difference of how you were spoken to when the camera was on versus when the camera was off?
Absolutely, but there has to be an understanding at the end of the day where when the cameras are on, things are exaggerated. In any aspect. That's like, as long as like at the end of the day it's done with respect, things are like talked about, it's cool. Sensation. I was well compensated. I'm not gonna get into that, but I was well compensated for my position. And yeah, and I did a lot of things. I got to travel with these guys. I got a lot of opportunities from them. Like even just like from how do I say this? Like not indirectly. Indirectly, I got a lot of opportunities as well. But yeah, like work wise, getting my name out there, they let me talk on that mic. Period. Like they didn't have to do that.
They let me give them content for free. That's all I just heard when you said they let me talk.
But that's all you're hearing. Like again, and you just said it yourself. You're only 3 months into it, like that, like for real, right? You have to understand what I said from even the get go. When you're working in this industry, there are certain things you have to do, even if it's what's for free. Don't get it twisted. I wasn't doing every single thing that I was doing for free. I was properly compensated, and I was compensated on time every time. And I knew what I signed up for. If I had the opportunity to work with Rory Mal, would I do it again? Fuck yeah. The whole time. Would I want to work with Rory Mal right now? No. I'm past that time now. There's other things I got to do, And much respect to all that whole team over there, but I just got other things to do, honestly. I'll just say even like when it comes to like my DJ career, like there's just other things I want to do. And, that show took up a lot of time. I'm talking about we taped, let's say, Monday for Tuesday, Thursday for Friday, Patreon, skits, promo, traveling. It was a lot of stuff in the last 2 years. It was a lot of stuff. So I was worked out, trust me.
That's right. On a recent Twitter space, Eddin revealed a lot about his ending with the Rory and Mal podcast. For those of you that don't know, Rory and Mal found themselves in a controversy where Eddin, the engineer, producer, punched the lead producer, Julian, after a office party at a bar. Apparently, the two came to blows. Well, really, it was Eddin that attacked Julian, and Rory and Mal decided to fire Eddin. On top of this, Eddin also revealed that he was a 1099 employer. I guess he was a privately contracted employee, and that he received no additional compensation for being on mic talent. Now, we're going to unpack all of this and really break down what this means, as I don't see much wrong with it, but all of this happened on a Twitter space with Jameson, the YouTuber. Check out Jameson online. You can easily find him if you look up Jameson and Rory and Mal or Charlemagne content. He does a lot of content about podcasting. But this was very fascinating because I had this theory that Eddin was done with the podcast, but it turns out that he was interested in being back on the show. But Rory and Mal came to the conclusion that his time on the show needed to be over. Now, whether that was because Julian felt like a line was breached and it needed to end, or because Rory and Mal felt like he needed to go just because once you cross the physical touch barrier, there's no need for you to come back. But let me know what you think in the comments. On top of this, Eddin also addresses if he felt disrespected on the show. There was a couple arguments on the show where specifically Mal got at Eddin and told him to relax and told him to be quiet. I don't know. I don't feel like he was disrespected. I feel like it was just content. But the people on this space took the stance that Eddin was disrespected. I don't know. That's just, COE, man. I don't think it was a big deal. Ed in the industry, you do have to take those types of moments in strides. Also, Eddin revealed that he wasn't paid additionally for his time on mic in terms of being a B mic. He defends that by saying in the industry you do that type of stuff. And also he was paid handsomely by Rory and Mal. I don't know if that's a big deal. I think that's just part of the game. And if Eddin feels he was compensated by Rory and Mal to a level that he was satisfied, hey man, all is fair. You know, all is fair. He got paid. He was able to do his thing. And he saw no issue with it. So I will see no issue with it myself. Also, Eddin said that he is now currently a content manager for Horrible Decisions, which I find interesting because usually when an event like that happens, sometimes people can blackball you, or people blackball you preemptively because like, hey, this guy can't control himself. I don't want him working for me. But that doesn't seem like the case if Horrible Decisions is employing Eddin's services. And I truly believe there's a story out there that's being shared as to why Eddin actually punched Julian. Whether it be that night Julian said something off-brand, or whether it be in the previous interactions between them previously, where something happened. And maybe one day Eddin will tell us, or maybe one day the story will leak. Maybe Eddin felt like Julian was constantly being disrespectful to him. Maybe Eddin felt like Julian just was very smug and he broke. Who knows? But one day we will get to it. But let me know what you think in the comments. Were you surprised to see that Eddin officially was fired by Rory and Mal? That he was a 1099 employee? And that he wasn't compensated extra for being on mic talent? All interesting things. Now I'm wondering, is everybody else in the industry 1099? Are they freelancers? Are they paid per episode? This is interesting. We're getting into the science behind podcasting, which is what this channel is all about. Alright, y'all. Follow me on Instagram, The Stop TV. Follow me on Twitter, The Stop TV. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is Danny from The Stop. Peace.